Hi friends, welcome back. We actually wanted to create a React and Node tutorials. As a prerequisite to learn React and Node, we need to learn JavaScript ES6. So we thought of starting it from this playlist, and this playlist will focus on all the features, basic features that are required to learn React and Node. So at the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to understand all the concepts of JavaScript ES6 and you'll be ready to learn React and Node. So let's start with the history of JavaScript, why and when it was created and how it was used at the initial stages. So initially JavaScript was created in 1995. At that time it was used for client-side validation in the browsers alone. So what do you mean by the client-side validation? Let's say we have a browser and we are trying to load a website or web page. So we will enter an URL and press enter. This request will be forwarded to a server. That server will respond us with some HTML content. So let's imagine we are having a form, sign up form. So I need to enter preferred email ID and preferred password and then press sign in or sign up. I am just entering something like ABC and password 123 and press sign up. So this request will be forwarded to server and server will process that and process this request and finds that this ABC is not a valid email and we cannot give you this email for your account, and user will be displayed with the message enter a valid email address. So in this entire process you can see that one request has been sent to server and server processes that request and you will get the response. This request actually wastes a CPU cycle because this input is not a valid input and definitely an account will not be created with this input. When compared to a large audience for a website, this kind of invalid data request will actually overload a server. JavaScript is actually created for this purpose. For example, again we will have a form and a text box to be filled, same username and password, and to be sent to a server, submit. So imagine we have a script that is running on the browser side. When we press submit, this script will check whether all the all the fields have valid data. So valid data in the sense this is invalid data, but so this is invalid and this is valid data. So we have a script that will run on the browser, client side browser, and check whether the data entered inside this page, this text box and this text box is valid or invalid. If it is valid data, only then it will be forwarded to the server. So we are having a basic check on the data for the validity. Server will be supplied only with the valid set of data, so we are saving a server cycle. So this is what client side validation is. So let's come back to the timeline. JavaScript is created in 1995. Initially it was used for a client side validation. Then 1997 standardization of JavaScript is achieved. So first official version of JavaScript has been released in 1997. So that is ECMS script. Then 1998 ECMS script 2. 1999 ECMS script 3, which had more string handling features enabled. And by 2000 something called JSON, JavaScript object notation, has been developed for quicker and easier data transfer between websites, between servers, everything. So what is JSON? How a JSON object will look like? So let's take these two data, name ABC and age 15. Let's try to represent this data in the form of JSON object. So JSON object will start with curly brace and end with curly brace. it should have key and a value. For example, name ABC. So name is the key here, followed by followed by colon and a value on the right hand side, enclosed by double quotes. Second value, age is, it can be either string or even a number. No problem. So this is the JavaScript representation of the above given data. So this is how JavaScript object will look like. By the starting of 2000, AJAX started getting released, and by 2005 AJAX got popularized. So what is AJAX? It is asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It is a technology that allows a part of a web page reloaded without loading the entire page again. This is a quicker way of loading web pages. Then 2006 jQuery released, 2009 ECMS script 5 released, and at the same time Node.js got introduced, and people started using JavaScript on the server side also. 2015 ECMS script 6 released with latest features like let, const, arrow function, classes, modules and promises. So we will be learning all these latest features also in this entire playlist.